This video is going to just quickly go through how to use your selection tool, in particular your quick selection tool. Again, tools might be hidden in your toolbar, so if you do not see your quick selection tool, you can obviously try any of these other ones, your object selection, your magic wand, but for the purpose of this, I'm going to use the quick selection tool. It looks like a brush, and at the very top of this tool options, you will see that it has created a add to selection. So as I use this like a brush and kind of drag and click around, it's going to continue to add to my selection. So I've let go my mouse right now. I get these marching ants, but now I'm going to keep dragging it. This selection tool might even be difficult for you to see the point in which I'm selecting with. So you can always change your selection tool size by going up to those tool options and dragging to change your size and even your hardness, which would create either a hard outline or as you move the hardness down, it's going to create more of a feathered edge. And we can show some other ways that you can do that. I particularly like to change the size of my brush or my selection tool on my keypad. And that is next to the letter P, there's two bracket keys. And the left bracket key is going to make it smaller, and the right bracket key is going to make it bigger. So especially if you're selecting into some more detailed areas, you might want to make your selection just a little bit smaller. I've gone ahead and I've selected some areas, and not all areas have been included. And there's also some areas that have been, I've included a lot more than I need to, like in the background here. For this purpose, I'm going to zoom in. And to do that, I use my, on a Mac, Command plus option. And then I also use my spacebar key. My spacebar key is going to create that hand that's going to kind of maneuver me around without changing anything that I've done. You'll see that this is kind of a big tool, so I'm going to use my left bracket key next to my keypad, my P on the keypad, to then go ahead and remove some of that selection. And when you see how the space bar works and some of these keyboard shortcuts like the Command minus and the Command plus, you'll be able to kind of use two hands to do edits instead of just your dominant hand on the mouse. So that creates a little bit more of an easier way to kind of edit, and quicker too. So here I'm making I'm using my left bracket to make it smaller, and I'm going to continue to remove pieces from my selection and go back and forth until I've created the selection that I want. You'll want to make sure that your marching ants are all the way around the area that you want selected. When you're ready to cut this image out and move it to maybe another image, here I have another image I'm going to move it over to. You're going to use your move tool, and then you make sure you select your move tool, because if you're in your selection tool, you're just going to move that shape of the selection over. And then you'll see a scissors appear. And then I'm going to click on this sunflower that I've just created. You can see I'm starting to move it. I'm hovering it over that tab, and I have not let go yet. And now I'm going to let go, and it's then created this selection for me. And I think that size is working pretty well, but if I wanted it to be a little smaller, you can use your transform option. So that is Command T. And then you can kind of make it a little smaller by dragging from the corner, or you can make it a little bigger, or even, this is distorting a little bit. I'm holding down the command. Did not want to do that. Whoopsie. Okay, so then that can make it even a little bigger. So if I like my selection, that is one way to go. If I'm here in my selection tool and I want to soften that, you can go to a select and mask, and then you'll kind of get a preview of what that selection looks like. You can even feather it out. So as you can see, it's going to create this kind of softer edge. You can increase the contrast. If you want to create like a harder edge, like if you want that to really kind of stand out a little bit more, you can kind of smooth the selection edge a little bit. So you can do all those different things. So if I turn up that contrast, now we can just kind of take a quick look at that difference. And I'll bring that over there. And that's really kind of hard to see the difference there, but it's got a little bit of a harder edge around it. Since these are different layers, you can always go in and you can erase a little bit more out of the different areas if you want by zooming in. Hopefully this was helpful for you, and you've kind of gotten some understanding of how to use the quick selection tool. I know there are some automatic items that come up like remove background or select subject, and you are more than welcome to try some of those, but you should also know how to be a little bit more specific with your selections and editing, so that you can get the job done the way you want it to look. So, all right, thank you.